welcome back. I'm so glad you could join me here today. Today we're gonna be doing a nice little interesting painting. I hope you could follow along with me. If not, you could pull out the old easy chair. Um, if you're new, hi, my name's Raul Ixta. And if you're coming back from all my other videos, go ahead, follow along or do what you do best. So I have a little clue what I want to do, but I also have no clue, if you get what I mean. So I'm gonna go into a little bit of alizarin crimson with my 1-inch brush, and let's dance in a little bit. There we go, just like so. Let me just beat that brush a bit. And with that same brush, let's go into a little bit of cadmium yellow. Tap both sides. Let's come up here. There. There we go. Very little. There. Now, I don't like it that bright, so I'm gonna go into some white and just tone it down a bit. Just certain spots. There. And just get it as close to the edge as you can. And you know what? Let's do a lavender feel. I've been going into lots of lavender. I like a lavender. Okay, little crimson, little phthalo blue. Maybe a little bit of white. Just a little bit. Oh yeah. That's perfect. Just something like so. And let's go ahead. A little bit more phthalo blue to that color. And let's add in some water. Pull from the outside in. Just like so. There we go. You gotta do it to the other side. There. So simple. And just blend out the two. There we go. I'm going to a little bit of white and just make my lavender a little more pale. I don't want it too overpowering. There. Now, I'm gonna grab a dry, clean 2-inch brush and just blend where they meet just by doing crisscross strokes. There, just like so. There we go. And just go across slightly. And just like that, you have yourself your nice little sky. Now, let's go ahead. I want a cloud. So I'm going to take my brush through titanium white, load up my brush full of paint, and let's come up here. Let's decide. Maybe our cloud lives right around here. And keep your brush moving. Don't let it stop. Unless you stop the cloud completely. There. Doesn't have to be too bold. You could just have it like a light indication. Top corner of the 2-inch brush. The more you blend, the more will show up under. I don't want it too bold, but I want it there. There. Just light, very light indication that there's a cloud living there. You know what? Actually, I want to blend this out a bit more. There. Now, let's go ahead. I'm going to take some dark sienna, some midnight black, mix it up with my palette knife. There. Let's come up here. Let's decide where a little hill of mountain would live. There we go. And just pull it down a bit. There. Gets very distant off. Let's decide up here. Think of every layer. There we go. Now let's take a little bump here. There, it just goes out like so. Now, we're going to grab that paint and move it around. Just with our, I need it pretty much clean. What the heck. A little lighter wouldn't hurt. These hills are in the distance anyways. Just slightly pull it. I want to create that nice little angle. Just lightly. Because of the liquid white, we can pull and move that paint. There we go. Same on the other side. There we go. Shoot. We'll have it just like so. Now, let's go into a little bit of sap green and cadmium yellow. And just light indication. Nothing too special. Nothing too special. Okay? Let's go ahead. Shoot. Gotta get creative. Let's come up here. Something like so. And let's do the same for the other side. Maybe right here. There. Now, we're gonna go into a little bit of midnight black, a little bit of cadmium yellow. There. And let's go up here. Very dark green. A little bit more midnight black. There we go. Shoot, here and there would have a couple shadows. Now, load up my brush with more cadmium yellow. And let's start to pick out the highlights. It's too distant. I don't think we would see too much grass. So we're just seeing the basics. Okay? Shoot. Something like so. Ever so lightly. Okay? Now, let's do some brush work. Seems like a lot of you like brush work. I'm going to my brown color. A little bit of white. A little bit more dark sienna. I'm using a number 3 fan brush. And just load up your brush. Let's come up here. That's too dark. Has to be a bit lighter. Let's come up here. There. A little bit more dark sienna. Just gotta play around with the colors and see what works for you. There. Whatever works best for you. There we go. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't want to do palette knives on this painting, so I just I'm just plopping it in with a brush. Not too much detail because it's also on the distance. I'm gonna go into some lighter white and just hit the ends fairly bright. There we go. Just a little bit. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. Let's decide. Let's make a big decision. We'll get back to that big decision. Let's let's just go ahead, add in a little bit of dirt. There we go. There. Just like so. Now, the reason why I don't put dirt here is because we're gonna cover it up real quick. So I'm gonna take my brush into sap green, a little bit of midnight black, mostly sap green though. Let's come up here. There. Just tap them in. They live in your brush. So easy to put in a couple distant trees. There. There we go. Just pull it down. And we can blend this out a bit. If you want, you can reflect a little bit of that down. All up to you. And let's actually darken it up. I'm just stepping back, looking at it. It's good to step back and see a different perspective. A little bit of midnight black. I think some shadows would be over here. More shadows over here. Because the trees are blocking it. Same thing for the other side. I believe there would be shadows over here. Light would start hitting here. And then shadows are hitting pretty much at the bottom. It's just a basic like blocking. Then you come up with your cadmium yellow and just you put multiple values of color there, just like so. Shoot, what the heck, just a little bit of light kicking through here, a little bit of sap green, a little bit of black, a little bit more. Let's come up here. That's a little darker. A little. I don't want it too dark. There, look at that. You start to see that grass come together little by little. There. So let me plop those in. This is my, are going to be my midtones. There we go. Just a little light shines through. There. A little bit of cadmium yellow. There we go. Just pull it, block it in. See, all the brushwork pays off. I think this looks a bit more professional than maybe using your palette knife. And it just takes a little extra time. A little more midnight black. People are gonna want this one instead when they see your paintings. Okay, going to some ivory black. Let's darken up those spots again. I think they went too dull. But now that's too bright. I mean, too dark. So you just gotta work it in, mess around. There. There we go. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's go ahead. Let's add a little bit of green, a little bit more green to those distant trees. Just fix up a few. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead. Let's shoot. Let's go into that brown color we had. A little bit dark sienna. Still using my number 3 fan brush. Let's come up here. Just a few little sparklers. There we go. I got paint on my nose already. It's okay. Okay. And now let's go ahead. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna go with that same fan brush. We're gonna go into that lavender color and pull it into titanium white. There. Little grayed down. It's okay. You know what? I want to gray it out more. A little bit more of that lavender. I don't want pure white. And just plop in a few here and there spots. There. Now, it's missing something. So, to that, we're gonna go into dark sienna and a little bit of midnight black. Black and brown. Let's decide where our tree lives. I don't want it to be too tall. There. And assuming the light's coming from this area, it's gonna hit somewhere here, so our shadows are gonna be somewhere around there. Somewhere. Just a rough estimate. And going into some white and then a little bit of dark sienna. Let's highlight this tree. There we go. And if you want to have a nice little drastic shadow, mostly uh, going into mostly midnight black, a little bit of brown. That's not, gotta add a little bit more black there. Phew. That'll make your tree stand out. There we go. Let's add in a few little shrubs, little bushy there. Paint each bush separately. Don't rush it. Maybe right here there lived a nice little bush. And all I'm going to do, scratch in a few little sticks and twigs. Nothing too drastic, just something light. There. Whew. It sort of brings out the attention. If you wanted to, you can add a little bit of bright red. That'll catch the eye of the viewer because it's lots of greenery. And if you were to add red, or let me just show you. I'm going to some bright red. And where do I want the attention to go? Maybe don't overuse the red. If you overuse it, it becomes normal. Maybe right there. And last spot, maybe right here. Just a little bit. Very little. Going back to my cadmium yellow, a little bit of sap green. There. Gotta make sure it doesn't overpower everything. It's just there to catch the eye. And I think, shoot, let me find my script liner brush. I think I'm gonna add in a couple little birds, and we can call this painting finished. So just little paint thinner, little midnight black. Let's come up here. There. Just like so. And I think with that, we could call this painting finished. I don't know why I backed up. We can call this painting finished. It's a nice little simple one, and it looks really professional if you're trying to sell a couple of paintings to get a little bit of money to continue. But it's a nice simple one that will give you practice, and it'll look professional, it'll look great. I really hope you enjoy this video and try this painting out. It's a nice little simple painting, and if you like, you could send me an email. I'll try to get to as quick as possible. And until then, I'd like to wish each and every one of you the best of luck, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, my friend. Goodbye.